I hope you had a great summer. I am really excited to share a progress report on our efforts to combat climate change, which is of course one of the priorities of our time. Just this week, Governor Newsom and our legislature agreed on an annual budget that, combined with last year's budget, will invest $54 billion in reducing carbon pollution and protecting us from the impacts of climate change that are already here. I'm very proud that as we look around the world, this amount of investment is among the highest level of investment of any country across our world. And what does this mean? It's only important because it lets us move further and faster. The transition to clean energy and clean transportation, aided by the California Energy Commission in our agency, to phase down and out the extraction of fossil fuels in partnership with the Department of Conservation and our State Lands Commission in our agency, to center nature as a critical part of the solution to remove carbon from the atmosphere and buffer climate impacts. And of course, our 10 state conservancies are doing remarkable work on that. At the same time, this budget, this funding, allows us to do more than ever to protect Californians from the impacts of climate that are already here. And that, of course, is CAL FIRE's work protecting us from catastrophic wildfire, the work that the California Conservation Corps is doing, supporting that work, the critical leadership that Department of Water Resources and Department of Fish and Wildlife is exerting, navigating us through this really horrible drought that's gripping the entire American West. At the same time, this budget funding is building our resilience to flooding, to sea level rise, and to extreme heat, which we're, of course, experiencing right now. None of this work can happen without the partnership of our local government, our federal government, our tribal governments, our community-based organizations, our nonprofit conservation organizations. So I want to thank you for the work that you're doing on these critical priorities. We're excited at the agency with our sister agencies across the state on what we're able to do, but we will only be a model for the rest of the world combating climate change and adapting to climate change if we can all continue to work together. So while these challenges that we face are daunting, I'm more optimistic than ever that California will continue to lead the way, helping the rest of the world understand what we need to do to protect ourselves, protect our nature, and to protect our planet in coming decades. Thank you so much for the work that we do together.